Tuesday or on Friday, we should probably go out and do something that's similar.
Hi everyone, can you guys hear me? Hi guys, can you hear me? Hello everyone, can you hear me? Oh, hi Greg. All right, I think everyone can hear me and everyone can see me, right? Okay, so thank you so much guys for joining me today. And happy Friday. I hope everyone had a fantastic week and I hope you will also have a great weekend. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope that everyone will enjoy this webinar. Remember, you can ask me any questions at any time. And where you do not understand, feel free to ask me, okay? So let's get started. So what are we going to talk about today? So today's webinar is about modals of deduction, all right? So this is what we will focus on today. We will learn about modals of deduction, must, can't, might, and may. Okay? So remember that you can always ask me a question whenever you don't understand. And I am here to assist you guys. So let's get started with our session. As I've mentioned, today we're going to learn about the modals of deduction. Of course, we're focusing on grammar, and we will be looking at modals of deduction. So let's get started by looking at what are modals of deduction, right? So guys, when we're talking about modals of deduction, okay, so using past modals of deduction, we use modals of deductions to make guesses about something that happened in the past, right? So it's something that happened in the past. So of course, this means that we use the past tense, right? So the modals we choose show how certain we are that something happened or did not happen based on what we see and what we know, okay? So let's look at this page where I've created a table where you can see this modals of deduction. So very probable, sorry guys, we're looking at from very to very improbable, right? So let's start with the one which is very probable, which is must, and then followed by should, then the possible may, might, and could, and the possible with negative, it's may not and might not, and very improbable, where it's a negative form, we use couldn't, can't, and must not, okay? So let's look at the examples. It must have been a terrible storm, right? So the speaker is almost certain that the damage was caused by a terrible storm. So let's say a tree fell on a house, and then you may say it must have been a terrible storm because it has created these damages on this tree, right? The next one, they should have started the repairs by now. So the speaker believes they have started the repairs, right? The city may have lost power. So the speaker is not certain if the city really did lose power. This is just one possibility, okay? I hope you guys understand this. And do you guys have any questions? Do you want to try some sentence? So guys, remember you can always try some sentences and I'm here to help you, okay? Do you guys have any questions? Remember that you can always ask me any question, all right? And also you can create the sentences with must, should, and may. Let's see how you guys will do this. Please give it a try. Can you guys create sentences with must, may, or should? Okay, no one wants to try. So, for example, we can say it must have been a hot day in Poland today, right? And the second one, we can say these children should have started studying by now, right? My friend may have lost his handbag, or my friend may have went to town in the morning, right? I must wash the dishes after dinner. Very good, Victor. That is great. Okay, all right, guys. So let's try with the next one, okay? That tree might have hurt someone, okay? So the tree have is fallen and it might have hurt someone, okay? So the speaker is not certain if the tree really did hurt someone. This is just one possibility, okay? And let's look at the next one. Dana's house could have been damaged, right? So the speaker is not certain if Dana's house really was damaged. This is just one possibility, okay? I really hope you understand this. Well, let's move to the next page where we're looking at affirmative statements. So affirmative modals of deduction include must, should, may, might, and could. So these modals are followed by have plus past participle of the verb, okay? So let's look at how we can actually do this. Okay, so the first one we have is the subject, the modal, have, and the past participle, right? So remember with the subject, we can use I, we, you, they, he, she, and it, right? For example, must, with the modals we have must, should, may, might, and could. And we have and the past participle started, right? So I must have started, you should have started, they may have started, he might have started, she could have started, all right? So we follow that pattern, okay? So I really hope that you can, you understand. Do you understand, guys? Do you want some more examples? Okay, so before we go to the next page, because we're going to look at irregular verbs. So, for example, we can say, I must have started with my webinar. We should have started with our webinar, or we should have traveled yesterday. She may have traveled in the morning. This cat might have eaten those bones, for example, or this dog might have eaten those bones, okay? So this is how you actually use this pattern, all right, with the affirmative statements. And moving on, we have regular verbs. So the past participle of a regular verb has the same form as the simple past of that verb. For example, we have work plus the ending of ed. So when we add ed to certain verbs, we remove, change, and add letters. So some examples of how we do this are shown in this chat below, okay? So remember the irregular verbs, they follow the past tense, right? So they use the simple past, okay? So walk, walked, right? Look, looked, want, wanted, ask, asked, arrive, arrived, like, liked, study, studied, cry, cried, stop, stopped, and plan, and planned, okay? So with walk, walked, this is most verbs, and arrived and liked, verbs ending in silent E. And with study and studied, verbs ending in a consonant plus Y, right? And stop, stopped, this is stopped and planned, verbs ending in a stressed syllable and consonant and vowel plus consonant, unless the last consonant is W, X, or Y, okay? So now let's look at with irregular verbs. So with irregular verbs, the irregular verbs have special forms of the past participle, like how they're shown in this chat below. Be, been, break, broken, buy, bought, choose, chosen, come, doesn't change, do, done, draw, and drawn, okay? So this is a list of some of the irregular verbs. I'm trying to look if I can also send you guys what to study when it comes to irregular verbs. So I actually have a list of irregular verbs that you guys can look at, of course, in your free time, all right? So I will send you guys the link before we end this webinar, okay? And now let's look at negative statements. So negative modals of deductions include may not, might not, could not, or couldn't, cannot, can't, and must not, okay? So American speakers use must not have to talk about past events that are very improbable, but British speakers do not, okay? So let's look at the subject, the modal, have plus the past participle. And as you know, we have the following subject: I, we, you, they, he, she, and it. For example, I may not have done, we might not have done, you couldn't have done the homework, they can't have done the homework, or he can't, he must not have done the homework, for example. All right. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions? All right, no questions at the moment. Okay, no problem. Okay, so let's look at some examples, all right? So, people may not have been prepared for the flood. So, the speaker thinks that people probably were not prepared, but she is not certain, right? Cars might not have been damaged in the flood. So the speaker thinks that the cars probably were not damaged, but she is not certain. I can't have been easy for the people who lived there. So the speaker believes that was not easy for the people who lived there because of the destruction. Okay. I hope you guys understand the sentences, and remember that you can ask me any question at any time, okay? Okay, so we still have more, okay? They couldn't have finished the repairs yet. So the speaker believes that they haven't finished the repairs because there were so many repairs to do, right? And the next one, it must not have been easy for the people to clean up after the storm. So the speaker believes that it wasn't easy to clean up because of the amount of destruction from the storm, okay? I hope you guys understand. So guys, we also have questions. Remember, positive, negative, and questions. So with questions, could and should are also used in questions about what might have happened in the past, okay? So with the yes or no questions, so for example, we didn't hear the phone. Could they have called? Yes, they could have. Or no, they couldn't have. So no one saw her yesterday. Should she have been at the meeting? Yes, she should have been in the meeting. Or no, she shouldn't have been. Okay. And we also have the WH questions. So I call them the who questions. Okay. So it seems like you guys can see this part, but it's okay. I'll just read them for you guys. And don't worry, I'm going to give you guys a link whereby you can look at what we have studied today, okay? So for example, what could she have been doing? When should they have finished work, right? So this is the questions, all right? So guys, on the list below, you can just click on this link and you will have a sorry, you will look at what we have learned today. And you can also make your own notes at any time. And this brings me to the end of our webinar. So, do you guys have any questions? Any questions? It was all clear. Thank you so much. So let's quickly do the polls. Did you find the webinar useful? All right, guys, thank you so much. So let's quickly do the last one, okay? Would you like to participate in similar events in the future? Thank you so much, guys. I am so glad that it was very useful for you guys. And I am so happy. This really makes me happy. So, guys, we have reached the end of our webinar. Thank you so much, guys. It was nice to have all of you guys. Please do follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn as well as on YouTube. You guys were so amazing. Mwah. I love you so much, guys. You must have a very good weekend and a fantastic weekend. And I hope to see you guys soon. You must have a great time. Take care of yourself and please be safe as well. And I'll see you guys next time. And bye. Thank you so much. Dobranoc. Have a good night.